Beautiful people, this is going to be our part 2 for the exponential functions, how to write equations using reference points. Now this is part 2 because in part 1 the video did get cut off mid-example. Once again, I don't know what the problem is, but we're just going to go ahead and go with it and have a part 2. Now in part 1 we were mid-example, and I'm going to go ahead and show you just real quickly what the actual example was, which is this one here, but it looked more something like this. Now you can see all of my writing, which again, I did record the video, however, it did not save for whatever reason. All right, so let's go ahead and identify our 2 points. The 2 points that we have are -3 and 4, and what was it? -2, 0. Our formula is f of x is equal to a times b to the x minus h power plus k, just like we had our transformations and translations when we originally started unit on graphing. Same thing, h is going to be your horizontal shift left and right, k is going to be your vertical shift up and down, your a value is going to be your vertical compression or expansion, and then b is going to be either increasing or a decreasing function. So in this case, it is a decreasing function, so we know that the b value is going to be less than 1. And let's go ahead and follow the steps that were given in part 1 of this video. First thing we know is that d is going to be less than 1. It is decreasing. And we know this by our lines going down, by our curve going down. Second thing is we're going to take our first reference point, which is h comma a plus k, and we're going to take our first reference point here. Now we have 2 to choose from, or you can do the other one, which is your, since it's decreasing, it's going to be your 1 minus, so it's going to be h minus 1, comma, ab plus k. You can choose one or the other. Just make sure that you have a corresponding point. If you have an h value, you'd subtract 1 from it. That means your h value is going to be smaller. So then this secondary point will be your secondary reference point. So be careful. I'm going to write my point underneath it. I have -2, 0, which means that h is equal to -2 and 0 is equal to a plus k. Step number 3. I'm kind of combining the steps now, and hopefully you can see why I'm combining the steps. Let's identify our asymptote. Now our asymptote is the line that shall not be touched. Again, it is invisible, so we can extend it out here. And that means our asymptote is at -2. So y is -2. And since y is equal to -2 as our asymptote, that is our k value. So let's go back up here, I guess copy it down. I am combining steps, so my numbering is out of order. So let's go ahead and talk about this one here. I think we're on technically step number 5, but that's okay. We want to find out what our a value is. We do know what our k value is -2. A, we don't know what that is. We do know that the point is equal to 0. So that means I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So that means a is equal to 2. So we have our values. We have our h value. We have our k value. And now we have our a value. So now we are on, I think, step number 6 or step number 5. In this case, we're going to do step number 5 just to continue with our ordering. So we have f of x is equal to a times b. B is, we don't know what b is, to the x minus h. So h is -2. We're going to do the opposite. So in this case, +2. And our k value is a -2. Let's find out what b is. So go ahead and take your secondary point. It could be this point. It could be any other point on the curve. That's pretty. Doesn't matter. And you're going to plug in for your x and y value. In this case, x. This case, y. So then y is your f of x. Just keep that in mind. So I have 4 is equal to 2 times b to the -3. So x value. -3 plus 2 minus 2. And you're going to continue solving for your b value. So -3 plus 2, that's -1. minus 2. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. I want to get rid of everything attached to my base with the exponent. I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2. In this case, I have 3 is equal to b to the negative first power. This right here, to b to the negative first power, that means you create the base as a fraction, and then you flip the fraction and remove the negative. So the negative just means that you are taking the reciprocal of the base. Once you have taken the reciprocal of the base, the negative disappears. So I have here, let's bring it back up, 3 is equal to 1 over b. I'm going to multiply by b both sides. You can do it this way, or you can just flip both fractions. That is up to you. And there we go. B is equal to 1/3. Now we're doing a mini happy dance because we know b should be smaller than 1 because in our step number 1 we have determined that it is a decreasing function. So what is our final answer, or what is our equation? Our equation is f of x is equal to 2 times 1/3 to the x plus 2 power minus 2. I don't know why I did a double box, just because I felt like it. All right, beautiful people, hopefully this video doesn't get cut off, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.